Gonna be an exciting week. Things are starting to finally get a little bit prettier. The building work, like the hardcore building work, is coming to an end, and we're starting to buy pieces for the actual interiors and making the rooms look good. I'm really excited. Still have a few jobs to do this weekend. We're going to be working on the floor, maybe getting the loft patch up, and the bathroom floor we also need to look at. But I'm sure you're all wanting to know what are in these boxes. So these are some of the light fixtures which have arrived for upstairs. We have continued the antique brass. We had it on all of our switches and sockets downstairs. We're doing the same up here. So I thought it'd be really nice to tie it into the bedroom lights. We actually got 2 of these, 1 for each room. It's just a really simple shade in a gorgeous color, and obviously it does have, it's a little bit overkill. There's 5 bulbs in there, but they're smaller bulbs for this room. And I believe here you can actually make this one longer if you want it, but actually our ceilings aren't super tall in this room. I reckon I may want it a little bit longer than that, but probably not too much. I'm gonna see if I can hold it up so that actually I can look back at this footage and see what it looks like in the room. I reckon, actually I might not need to drop it that much at all, maybe just slightly. I love that you can see the bottom here, and the shade is like the perfect colour. It's not too white, but equally it's not cream or grey. It was exactly what I was looking for. We got these off of Maison de Monde actually in their sale. Unfortunately they're no longer online, but I think quite a few companies do this same style. And I'm just trying to imagine it up here. What do you guys think? Actually, I have a question on ceiling roses and kind of coding in a room that originally wouldn't have had it. So these attic rooms originally wouldn't have had it, and I love to put back some original features, but I also don't like ceiling roses and coding in rooms where it just looks a bit odd, and I kind of like to keep the core of the room to the originality of the property. So this is a Victorian property. I want to keep all of the ceiling roses and everything Victorian rather than like Edwardian or that kind of thing. Hang on, somebody's calling me. Hold that thought. That was Mum checking in. But what do you guys think? Do you think that we should have ceiling roses and stuff in here, or would it look odd? I'm on the side of I think it would look odd, but let me know, what do you think? I couldn't actually find any pictures on Pinterest to reference for rooms with a bit more of a slope in a Victorian property. So if you do have any, I'd love to see those. And the other light is so beautiful. Let me show you. So this one is actually for the hallway, and we decided to move the light fixture out there so it kind of hung a little bit over the ceiling. I was looking for something that suited our style, kind of modern. I'm not particularly a fan of a lot of drop lights, so we just went for this singular one, if I can get it out. Not really sure I should have taken that fully out of the packaging there. How gorgeous is it? So this one is from the White Company, and it's the extra large one. And our plan with this is that we want to carry on the same style throughout hallways in the house. And they actually also do a, I think it's a large and a small. So in some places where the ceiling isn't as tall, we can have it smaller. We actually won't have this size again, but I think it's going to look stunning. But it is really heavy. I really hope that our ceiling is going to take this. We did send it to our electrician, so hopefully he can support it out there. I really want to see what it looks like, but something is telling me that I should probably wait for Ollie. Let's see. What do we think? It's obviously not going to be here, it's going to be right over the stairs, but I can't. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. Do you see any of it? Somewhere over there, please. Actually, I might just run and get the fixtures that we're also going for, the sockets, to show you how it works with the light fixture. And then we're also going to do some paint swatches this weekend. Very excited about thinking about paint colours, going for quite neutrals up here. And actually, I've just started thinking about all of the interior furnishings and things, so I'll chat you through that in a second. So I am just starting on the mood board for our bedroom cum guest room on the top floor. Now this past year we have been absorbing as much as we can as far as new skills for the home, and there's something that I really want to take into 2020 personally for interiors and styling. It's something that I'm really passionate about, and hopefully the home is getting to a point where I can start having fun with the interiors and furnishings. And today's video is actually sponsored by Skillshare, who, if you don't know, are an online learning community who have thousands of courses to help you explore your creative journey, right from photography to design and video and so many more. For the upstairs, I have been watching Emily Henderson's Style Your Space, tips and techniques to help you style your home. And she gives great advice on things like how to use trends wisely, how to make a space cohesive, and also a favorite of mine, which is shopping for vintage finds. The classes are in bite-sized pieces, so you can consume as much or as little as you like at a time, which makes it so easy to fit into a busy schedule. You can watch them in a lunch break or even on your morning or evening commute. Just below in the description box, I will leave a link to Skillshare, and the first 500 of you who click that link will get 2 months free of the premium membership. After that, an annual subscription is less than $10 a month, so a really good price, especially compared to in-class workshops, and you get the variety of so many different topics with the comfort of learning in your own space and time. And I think that a lot of you guys are gonna like the course by Emily Henderson because she has a very similar style to mine, and she talks about so many things that resonate with me, but I also learned a huge amount from her course. And I'm sure you're all dying to know now what's on my mood board. Bear with me, I'm still putting it together, and I've got a few more pieces to add to bring a little bit more texture to it. But I think I'm feeling the vibe that's gonna be going on. Okay, so you'll have to excuse some of the shiny paper. So the colors that I'm going for, I have worked around my accent color, which is gonna be this kind of gorgeous tealy green. I've picked it up, as you can see, on the cushions, the lampshade there, and I might do a few other fabrics in that color too. I also picked out this paint swatch that I just loved the color of, but I don't know quite yet where I may use that in the room. There are a few things which I am pretty certain on though, which is this rug. Hopefully it's going to be really soft and plush and neutral, and I'm keeping the rug, the curtain and the bed in a plain fabric because I want this room to be really versatile and not too seasonal. That way hopefully I can change it up a little bit in the future. The bed, I'm still undecided on the color, but I'm thinking of going for this really dark velvet navy or blue. I think it ties in really nicely with the other colors. This is a paint swatch which I have just tried. This is Benjamin Moore, I think it's called Silk Satin. It's that ideal warm color that's not too gray or yellow toned. And then this here is the fabric which we are going to be having on the Roman blind, which I'm working with a lady called Sandy from the Curtain Boutique, but I will talk about those again in another video. How gorgeous is that going to be? It's again, it's a really nice color that's not grey but too yellow. I just think it fits in really nicely with the whole scheme. I have actually decided to change tact with the whole of our floors. We are going to go a little bit darker on the floors. I loved how the dining room turned out with dark floors, so we're going to do a wood floor. Hopefully then we can tie it in a little bit more with our banister and going down the stairs. Hoping for a simple bedside. I'm going for these really fun pleated lampshades though, which is going to add an element of design to the room, which again I can swap out. We've got wall lights, so I'm looking at some brass ones. We've actually got some which didn't turn out. They turned out much more gold than brass, so I'm on the hunt for some more. Possibly a picture above the bed. I definitely have this mirrored on the other side of the bed as well. And then as you open the door, we are hopefully going to have a little area where I can have a chest of drawers and a picture on top. And then in the alcove on either side, these are the only pictures that I could find which aren't quite right. We're doing a built-in wardrobe which will slightly be sloped, so hopefully something that looks a little bit like that. Then I want a picture on top of the fire with the green, and this one is perfect. It picks out all of the green elements that are also going to come in and hopefully tie into the rest of the room. And what Emily was saying in her video actually is that try and tie the colours balanced throughout the room, so this will actually be on the opposite wall to the bed, so hopefully it will balance out that green colour quite nicely in the room. And then on the other side we're actually having shelving, and then down at the bottom a desk or vanity. It can be used for multiple things over the years, and we're going to try and incorporate just a little shelf within the desk, but we are actually going to try and do the woodwork ourselves, so we'll see how we go with that one. And I think I'm going to be painting the fireplace the same color as the walls, just to keep it really neutral. So that's kind of the starter of the bedroom. What do you guys think? Any other things that you can mention? Oh, I'm also going to be getting, because I feel like the fabrics are a little bit too plain, although you probably can't tell, actually the lampshade has a really fun print to it. I'm also doing frills on the cushions to the back there to add some more texture, and I think for the throw on the bed I'm going to go for a really fun but also quite muted patterned, it's like a quilted throw. But I'm hoping, and I hate putting timelines on here, but I'm hoping maybe by the end of April, May, we may be starting to get in some of these pieces and actually thinking about getting the throw, so I'll be able to show you then. But for this weekend, it's time to get on with the floors, paint some paint samples and get going so that we can get onto this fun stuff. Good morning from us. Ollie's climbing the ladder, and we are going to start today with the loft hatch. Hopefully popping it up. We actually have it down here. It looks, I'm hoping, more complicated than it actually is. The instructions are a little bit intense, but pretty much we just have to get this box up. We went for quite a big ladder because we want to be able to fit our Christmas tree up there. And we've got the wooden ladder because they're supposed to be much easier for your feet, and that pretty much sold us. So I am just doing what this guy tells me to do this morning because I have no idea.
Makes a change.
What's the first job?
Read instructions.
Okay, who's doing that then?
Me. I already started laying it out.
Yeah.
Putting all the screws and nets to make sure I've got everything
organised.
We're supposed to have. I think we do.
Okay, let's do it then. I'm doing all the really important jobs. God, that was hard. That was difficult. Yeah, I want to show people my worth.
You hold it there then?
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Wrapped around your arms instead of being lonely. We could be gazing at the stars, but now it feels just like I wandered off into a room and closed the door behind me. I never gave the key to you, even though I wanted to. I should be trying something new, but now my body's aching. I'm tired of dwelling in the dark, it's just that my heart can't take it. I didn't know what it would cost me when I let you go. I feel alone, and I'm just singing, it should have been you. Another time, another place, I just know. It could have been you. What a crime and what a shame to let go.
The ladder's in position, but Ollie is just going to get some wood bits to screw it in. Great explanation, but you need to put little spacers in here to be able to attach it in, and then we've just got to shorten the ladder so that it's the right length, and we will hopefully have a ladder up into the attic, which would be nice. Actually, it's a much bigger space than I thought it would be as well. That will easily fit quite large boxes up. The upstairs, we're pretty sure that we're going for a Benjamin wall paint. We haven't tried it before, but I'd heard that it was really good. And then we went to a paint specialist near us, and they just raved about it, saying how amazing it was. So we picked up a few testers, which I'm going to put on the wall now. We picked up a white, which I'm going to put in a strip, and then all of the others are quite a neutral off-white. Maybe some a little bit warmer and some a little bit cooler. However, when I put them on paper for my mood board, they were totally different than what I was expecting. So let's see how this goes.
Sometimes I just don't know what to do. It should have been you. I could be driving to your place, but now the ground is shaking.
Paints are on. This is pretty much just a white to be able to compare them. This is Swiss Coffee, which looked green on the chart. It doesn't look green at all. Actually, I think that might be one of our favorites. Silver Satin, which is turning out a bit grey at the moment, but we need to wait for them to dry. And White Dove, which is also looking quite nice. We like, I don't know actually, maybe White Dove's looking a little bit white there. They look so different in different parts of the rooms. However, this one is definitely looking grey. And we really don't want it to be grey, we just want it kind of an off-white. So maybe this one is looking a bit more magnolia in person though, so we'll see how they dry. And also with the light, the moment the sun's not shining, so we'll look at them when the sun is shining too. Also, poor Ollie's waiting for me. He's not having much fun with the ladder, are you? Nothing's straight in our house. It's very frustrating. One in the hallway here, and also one in here. Because this room actually gets quite a lot of direct sunlight. Finally see some sunshine coming through this hallway again. Ollie is coming through. Oh, it is a lot bigger. Oh, oh, oh.
So I am up in the bathroom. Need to take the floorboards up all the way down here because our shower tray is going to go in there, and this is all going to be tiled, and we need to put down kind of like a heavy duty construction board that's suitable for mosaic tiles. Annoyingly though, I obviously need to cut these. That saw is better to going that way, so I was hoping I could just cut from here, but I think we're going to have to start down here and work that way. This side will be a little bit easier because we can just go straight across from that side, because obviously the saw cuts closer to that side than that one. So we can go start down there. And I'm going to check there's no pipes or wires underneath the floorboards, obviously, before I start cutting through them. Also a good idea to set the depth of the saw to the floorboards, so even if you do go over something you shouldn't be, then you're not going to be cutting through it. Power's not on. Such an idiot.
Why are you such an idiot?
I've been struggling with a saw and forgot that we bought one specifically for this job.
Poor guy, he's not feeling that great today. We're taking up the floor in the bathroom.
I already told them that.
Oh, you already told them?
No, tell them again, because I was probably awful in it. I'm going to go get the saw.
Anyway, I just came up and I was like, oh, cool, you've got some up. Why aren't you using the new tool that you got to do this? And he was like, oh, I forgot about it. See, that's the thing. We obviously have too many tools now because he doesn't know what he's using when. But the reason that we're doing this, I don't know if Ollie said, is that we're going to plane one of these boards because we don't know if we'll be reusing any of these anywhere else in the upstairs here because they're a little bit short. And we need one to test on. We don't want to test on one of our really long ones. Just in case, you know, sometimes you need to learn a little bit when you've not done something before. Let's have a look at the paint colours this morning. What are you thinking of the paint colours, Al? You looked at them? Yeah.
What did you say?
Paint colours. It's either this one or this one, isn't it? See, weirdly, this one looks a bit greyer this morning.
I don't know.
I think I like this one.
But that one's too strong, isn't it?
I don't think so.
I feel like it's quite colourful.
Lol, everybody's gonna be... how colourful do you think this is, guys? I think you're gonna get a lot of comments saying that that is definitely not colour. Just going up to our loft. in our new ladder. It's amazing when things like this are a novelty in a house. Floorboards are pretty much up in here. We're going to be taking out the side over here from the other room, but we've currently got some boards down in there which are keeping them up, so we'll have to do that another time. Now we're going to go and plane them. Excuse our pretty terrible environment. We brought this one outside. Ollie just spent quite a while trying to get used to it, and I just thought I'd show you this is the board before. Sorry if you got a bit dusty through that. So this is how the board is coming out now. It looks pretty much brand new. We've just measured to see if it's still okay, kind of like depth wise, but obviously each of them will vary, so we'll probably have to keep an eye out for that. But really happy, aren't you? Looks so good.
Yeah.
And looks so good. Feels really nice. It's so flat. Yeah. The sides are so flat. They should butt up perfectly.
Yeah, the sides were the thing I was more worried about, because obviously the top will look good with sanding.
Yeah.
Even like with the big floor sanders, but those flat sides mean that we can pull all the boards in nice and tightly together.
Somebody is very excited.
I think it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, I'm happy.
I feel like I'm going to bring these together and you'll be like, yeah, that's great. I'm like, why are you not more excited?
Okay, come on. You're building the suspense. Let's see it. Oh, that is beautiful. I must admit. There's going to be no gap at all.
No. Tiniest bit there, but they're kind of like bowed a little bit. But we're going to have like a ratchet or a clamp to like pull them together when we set them down.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Perfect.
We're going to stain them now. So we have some stain because I changed my mind, didn't I? Decided that we're probably going to go for a darker stain on the boards throughout the whole of the house. We went light, we went white for the downstairs. So we're going to test out some darker ones, aren't we?
Yeah. Came the post today.
Perfect timing.
We're back inside. Ollie is going to be my chief paintbrush cleaner.
I'm the only paintbrush cleaner in this house.
And we've got the oils that came through. Actually, they came through this morning. We're testing some of the Osmo oils, which is what we did downstairs, I think I just said, with white. But as we're going darker, we thought we'd try some dark ones. Although I think this one's looking far too light. It's light grey. Can't remember, what was the name of that one? Grey? No, graphite, black, and then terra. So we're going to do 2 coats of each one, because I think in the Osmo oil you can do 2. Actually, probably you can do more than 2, can't you?
Oh no, it's new, so you want to put the hard wax topper on.
Yeah. If you're having a load of takeouts while you're encasing, like we seem to have this year, keep all of the pots, because they have been the handiest thing for just bits like this. Online it was quite deceiving. They were called greys, but they didn't look that grey.
Ooh, it also looks scary. Are we sure we want to go to the dark side? This is the colour that we are trying to achieve, excuse all the bits on the floor, from the planer. So the light grey, not right. The other one, far too grey again. Terra is definitely a possibility, which is these 2 here. And then, I don't know, black, this black, that even might be, no, not sure. I don't think the black's warm enough. We'll have to see. Definitely within these tones though. What do you think?
Terra.
Terra, you like the Terra?
But it's a choice of one. All the others are like completely no-goes.
Yeah, we've not got anything to compare it to, because we originally picked Osmo for the downstairs because we did a lot of research on what was the best company to go for light whitewashed floors, because that's the look that we wanted on the downstairs, whereas there might be other companies which are better for that warmer, richer brown colour. So we'll have to do some research on that. Actually, we've got loads of research to do. We're going to have to do that this evening. Planing worked really well though. We're super happy with how that turned out. And it's definitely how we're going to be doing the boards upstairs, isn't it?
So much better just to get them like butted up to get it a bit. Give a much more polished look at the end.
And although it seems like a bit more of a process, I actually don't know if it's going to be that much harder than sanding them.
Yeah, I think it could be quicker.
I don't know. I think it probably will take about the same time. It very much depends what you want to do with flooring, but yeah, hopefully it will turn out. It won't be that long now until we get going with that, will it?
It's gonna be a big job when we do it.
Yes. Yeah, next few weeks. We just need some good weather, so keep your fingers crossed for some good weather. I hope that all of you guys are good with everything going on at the moment. Big thank you to our sponsor, Skillshare, for this video, and we will see you all in next week's video. Bye.
Bye.